Welcome to Watermelon. Nature is full of surprises, but some moments are so extraordinary they seem almost unreal. From cities buried under towering tumbleweeds to glowing waves that light up the night, these incredible events make us question if we're watching real life or a movie. Get ready to explore some of the most unbelievable natural phenomena caught on camera. In June of 2021, a devastating tornado rated as an F4 on the Fujita scale struck the Czech Republic. It was the strongest tornado ever recorded in modern Czech history and the deadliest in Europe since 2001. The storm ripped roofs from houses, uprooted trees, and left a trail of destruction. Six people lost their lives, and at least 200 others were injured. While the people trapped in their homes in the village of Lučice prayed for salvation, this person captured one of the most incredible tornado footages you'll ever see.
Ty vole, to... Milonko, my taky asi přijdeme o to.
Cloud waterfalls are a stunning natural phenomena where clouds appear to flow like a waterfall over mountains or ridges. This happens when humid air is pushed up by the mountains, cools down, and condenses into clouds. As the clouds reach the top of the ridge, they cascade down the other side, creating a mesmerizing waterfall effect. Volcano was an active volcano located on Halmahera Island in Indonesia. It's one of Indonesia's most active volcanoes, known for its frequent eruptions, which have been almost continuous since the 1930s. Despite strict warnings to stay within a 3-kilometer safe zone, these climbers decided to trek to the top. And they couldn't have chosen a worse time. As they reached the top, eruptions began spewing ash into the sky. Fortunately, they managed to escape unharmed, but I hope they learned their lesson. In 2013, the city of Maroochydore in Australia experienced an unusual snowfall of foam-like substance.
Shout.
This strange material covered the streets to heights exceeding human stature. In reality, it was seafoam, a natural phenomenon that happens when organic matter like sea and algae is tossed by wind and waves. It's often seen on beaches, but it can sometimes be carried inland by powerful storms, creating surreal and unexpected scenes. A tumbleweed is a type of plant that is usually found in dry, open areas like deserts.
Hello.
When the plant dies, its top part breaks off and rolls around with the wind. This rolling action spreads its seeds over a large area. In the spring of 2024, strong winds led to a dramatic tumbleweed invasion, overtaking cities in Utah and Nevada. Homes and cars were engulfed by 3-meter-high walls of tumbleweeds, while an army of these plants rolled through the streets. 10 tourists were on a guided tour of the Tian Shan Mountains in Kyrgyzstan. When they reached the highest point in the trek, one of them separated from the group. While he was taking pictures, he heard the sound of deep ice cracking behind him. It was an avalanche. A massive rush of ice and snow and debris was coming down the slopes, right at the tourist. With no chance to run away, his only option was to hide behind a large rock and capture this incredible moment on video. In July of 2022, a massive sandstorm hit the Haichi Mongol and Tibetan Autonomous Prefecture in the Qinghai province of China. The storm was intense, with huge walls of sand sweeping across the region, creating an almost apocalyptic scene. The storm was so powerful that it reduced visibility to nearly zero, covering roads, buildings, and vehicles with layers of dust and sand. Each year, as the sun sets, thousands of starlings come together to form breathtaking, swirling patterns in the sky. This synchronized dance is not just a spectacle of beauty, but also a display of incredible coordination and communication among the birds.
Turn around. All these birds. I wonder who this group leader is then. Look at where they all drop to the grass. I can't believe it.
The starling murmurations can create shapes that shift and flow like liquid, making them a stunning example of nature's artistry. Mothership clouds, also known as supercell clouds, are massive swirling formations that look like something straight out of a science fiction movie. They usually form during severe thunderstorms and are a visual signal of powerful weather events. With their distinctive layered appearance, they resemble a giant, hovering spaceship. These clouds can stretch across the sky, rotating slowly as they build up strength. While they are stunning to look at, mothership clouds often come with a serious threat. They can produce large hail, powerful winds, and even tornadoes. Iceland sits right on top of the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, where the Eurasian and North American tectonic plates meet. This unique location makes it one of the most volcanically active places on Earth, with over 30 active volcanoes across the island. Since December of 2023, there have been 6 eruptions in the Reykjanes Peninsula, and here are the breathtaking drone shots captured from the latest eruption on August 22, 2024. Have you ever watched videos of glowing water and thought it must be CGI? Well, maybe not. What you were actually seeing might have been bioluminescent waves. These mesmerizing blue or green waves are created by microscopic organisms inside the water, like plankton that emit light when they're disturbed by movement. This natural light show often happens at night when these organisms, called dinoflagellates, react to the motion of waves, swimmers, or boats, creating an eerie and stunning glow along the shoreline. With all of the terrible tornado movies that have come out, like Sharknado, it was only a matter of time before another ocean-dwelling animal took advantage of the hype. The only difference? This tornado is real. It's nicknamed the Tuna Tornado, and it occurs only a couple times a year. This living tornado is made of over 100,000 tuna, which come together to spawn. Like many fish, tuna do most of their sexual reproduction outside of their bodies. These tuna are releasing large volumes of egg and sperm in one place, and they keep it all in one spot by circling round and round. In certain cities around the world, the advent of spring also brings with it a blanketing of fluffy tree material. Known as poplar fluff, the billowy pale drifts are actually seeds from female poplar trees. The seed fluff produced by poplars is also highly flammable. The combustible seeds can quickly catch fire and burn off, leaving underlying grass and other vegetation untouched. When you think of a soccer field, you picture spectacular goals, saves, and the thrill of the game. But what happened on this field in Illinois was unlike anything any stadium has ever seen. Security cameras captured the moment when a massive sinkhole formed right in the middle of the field. The sinkhole, approximately 30 meters across and 15 meters deep, is believed to have been caused by subsidence from an underground mine located about 45 meters below the surface. A fire tornado, or fire-nado, is exactly what it sounds like, a spinning column of flames. It forms when intense heat from a wildfire causes hot air to rise rapidly. If there is enough wind, that rising air starts to twist, creating a fire-filled vortex. These fire tornadoes can range in size, with some reaching over 100 feet tall, and when strong enough to exceed 100 miles per hour. The temperatures inside can get so extreme they can melt metal. They are true tornadoes, but they still have the power to destroy trees, flip cars, and spread fire in an instant. In 2018, a fire tornado during the Carr Fire in California reached EF3 strength, making it as powerful as a major tornado. While rare, fire tornadoes are becoming more common as wildfires grow stronger and more frequent. Imagine a waterfall that doesn't cascade down, but soars up into the sky. This isn't CGI, it's a real phenomenon where furious winds collide with falling water, forcing it upward in a mesmerizing dance between earth and air. Places like Nangavut in India occasionally witness this wonder. When storm winds roar through cliffs, they hijack the waterfall's plunge, suspending droplets in midair, as if time itself is flipped. When winds rage relentlessly, the waterfall's defiance can last for minutes, even hours. But when the storm tires, gravity reclaims its throne, and the cascade surrenders to its ancient path, until the next tempest demands the sky dance again. In the steamy jungles of Central America, there's a creature that seems to perform miracles. Meet the basilisk lizard, nicknamed the Jesus Christ lizard for its unbelievable ability to walk on water. Unlike actual miracles, this lizard's water walking has a scientific secret. When threatened, it sprints on its hind legs at 5 feet per second, slapping the water with wide, fringed feet. Each step traps air bubbles, making tiny pockets that keep it from sinking. But how far can it go? Younger, lighter basilisks can dash up to 30 feet before gravity wins. Adults are heavier, so their sprint is about 2 to 3 feet shorter. And the whole spectacle lasts barely 4 to 5 seconds. But when you're escaping a predator, every millisecond counts. Spider rain sounds like something straight out of a nightmare, but it's real. In some parts of the world, especially in rural areas of Australia and Brazil, people have looked up to see thousands of spiders literally raining from the sky or covering entire landscapes with silk. It usually happens during floods or heavy rain. When the ground gets too wet, spiders have to escape to higher ground to survive. Some species use a technique called ballooning, where they release silk threads that catch the wind and carry them through the air, like little parachutes. If a lot of them do it at once, it can look like it's raining spiders. After landing, they often cover everything in webs. Trees, fences, even power lines, turning entire fields into a ghostly scene wrapped in silk. On the ocean floor, there's a master of disguise so skilled it can vanish in plain sight. This is the octopus, nature's greatest escape artist. Its secret is millions of specialized cells, chromatophores, iridophores, and papillae working in unison. Chromatophores expand or contract to change color instantly. Iridophores reflect light like a mirror, and tiny muscles push its skin into bumps and spikes, mimicking coral or sand. Some species don't just blend into the background, but can actually imitate other sea creatures, like lionfish, sea snakes, or flatfish. They stretch their arms, flatten their body, and change how they swim, all to look like something else entirely. Each imitation serves a purpose, either to scare off predators or to sneak past other animals unnoticed. What's even more impressive is how fast it happens. In a matter of seconds, the octopus can scan its surroundings, choose a disguise, and switch its entire appearance. Military researchers study it for next-gen camouflage. Yet after decades, we've barely scratched the surface of how it truly works. Shelf clouds are one of those weather phenomena that look like the end of the world is rolling in, but they're actually pretty common and not as dangerous as they seem. They usually form at the leading edge of a thunderstorm, where warm, humid air near the ground gets forced upward by a rush of cold air from the storm. As that warm air rises and cools, a massive low-hanging cloud forms, long, horizontal, and often stretching across the entire sky. What makes shelf clouds so dramatic is their shape. They look like a giant wave or a massive wall of clouds moving straight towards you. The bottom is dark and turbulent, and the front edge can roll as it moves forward, giving it that ominous, almost alien appearance. Even though they look like they belong in a disaster movie, shelf clouds aren't tornadoes and don't rotate. They might bring heavy rain, strong winds, or lightning, but they're more of a warning sign than the main threat. The Northern Lights, or Aurora Borealis, are one of the most stunning natural light shows on Earth. They appear as glowing waves of green, pink, purple, or even red, dancing across the night sky, often moving like curtains in the wind. This beautiful display starts 93 million miles away, with the sun. Solar flares send charged particles hurtling towards the Earth. When those particles reach our planet, they collide with gases in the atmosphere, mostly oxygen and nitrogen. That's what creates the glowing effect. Different gases make different colors. Oxygen gives off green and red. Nitrogen creates purple or blue. You usually see the Northern Lights near the Arctic Circle, places like Norway, Iceland, Canada, and Alaska. They're most visible during winter, when the nights are long and the skies are dark. Even though we understand the science behind them, there's still something magical about them. People have described the lights as ghostly spirits, messages from the gods, or even bridges to the heavens. And honestly, when you see them in person, it's not hard to understand why. Every winter, something miraculous happens deep in the forests of central Mexico. The trees don't just grow leaves, they grow wings. This is the Monarch Butterfly Biosphere Reserve, where over 1 billion butterflies transform the landscape into a flickering dream. These monarchs aren't just passing through, they've completed an epic 3,000-mile journey from Canada and the US, a trip no single butterfly survives. Instead, it takes 4 generations to make the round trip, guided by instincts science still can't fully explain. When they arrive, they cluster so thickly branches bend under their weight. On still mornings, the sound of 1 million wings opening at once is like falling rain. The Oyamo furs are perfect microclimate umbrellas, cool enough to keep the butterflies in energy-saving torpor, but just warm enough to prevent freezing. Humidity stops their wings from drying out. It's a precision sanctuary honed over millennia. The monarch population has dropped by 80% over the years, threatened by climate change, habitat loss, and pesticides. But when the migration succeeds, it's a powerful reminder of nature's mysteries and how even the smallest creatures can do something extraordinary. And thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe for more content. And see you in the next one.